Hey babes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time joining us, my name is Zama and welcome to the ZX fam. I really do hope you do stay and subscribe. As you guys can see from the title of the video, today I'll be telling you guys everything and anything about my piercing. Yes, your girl got pierced this week, so I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit about that. I did run a poll on my Instagram to find out if you guys wanted to know more about it, because a lot of you guys were DMing me about pain, about how it feels, all of that. So I was just like, you know what, let me make a video so you guys can come here if you want to know anything about my piercing. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna tell you guys what piercing I got. Obviously, if you haven't followed me on my social media, which is ZeeXOnline on Twitter and on Instagram, you guys wouldn't know about my piercing, so go ahead and do that. Basically, I did get my smiley pierced. Now, a smiley piercing is piercing that space in between your top lip and your gum. The name of that area is called, I'm gonna find it for you, it's called a frenulum. That's where your piercing will go, and that is where my piercing is. So it only shows when I smile. Originally, the piercer did give me a bigger piercing, but then I asked her to make it a little bit smaller just so that it'll only like peek through when I do actually smile. Yeah, basically I got my piercing done at a place called Body Architects in Claremont in Cape Town. If you guys want to get your piercings there, a lady called Liesel pierced me, which she did my nose ring. As also, I really do trust her when it comes to doing piercing. She's really nice, makes you feel super comfortable, and just really explains everything to you in terms of aftercare, in terms of how it's gonna be like when she's actually piercing you, which is so important. Like, I am one person who needs to know what I'm about to get myself into, but also like I'm not also the type to back out when I'm already like sitting on the chair. I just want to know, like, give me a play-by-play of how this day is gonna go. The next thing that I'm gonna tell you guys about is the actual experience of getting the piercing. So basically what happened is that obviously I went in and filled in some forms, and then sat down on the chair. Basically, you guys will see this in the little clip that I have for you afterwards, but basically all that happened is that she cleaned everything, sat down. She told me that it's going to be a very it's not going to be a painful piercing. Basically, she's just going to go in, put in the jewelry, and then get out of there. So I was like, okay, cool, easy, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. And yeah, it was exactly how she said. Honestly guys, it was not a painful piercing, and as a person who has gotten her nose pierced, I got a wet piercing when I was in my youth, I have a belly ring, I've had my ears pierced, like, I'm not new to the piercing scene, so I really don't feel like it was a painful piercing for me anyways. Like, it was very calm, in fact. The only painful part was when, as I told you guys, she did put in a bigger hoop at the beginning. The only painful part was when she clipped in the bore of the bigger hoop. That was quite painful. That was the only sore part. And then I asked her to swap out the jewelry. So then when she put this one in, I was like really scared that I was gonna get that same pain again, and I didn't. It was really calm. Basically painless. Like, it was a very chill piercing. I didn't really bleed either. Like, it was really calm. Like, even afterwards it didn't hurt at all. So that was really nice. When it came to aftercare, these are the things that she told me to do. She basically just said every single day after you eat, you need to gargle your mouth with either like a Listerine or any like antibacterial mouthwash, or you can use a mixture of boiled water and and salt. So that is what I opted to do, because I didn't have any Listerine with me at the current moment. So I just went ahead every single time after I had a meal, I was just gargling my mouth out. Yeah, and also straight after I got the piercing, it wasn't sore at all. I just didn't want to eat, so I just had a smoothie for the day. Otherwise, it was very calm. If you do happen to chew, you need to chew at the back of your mouth. That's just for the first day. Like, okay, I also kind of now, it's been like 2-3 days now, and I can't really like be biting into a burger. But other than that, it's very chilled. My mouth is definitely getting used to it now. Like, it felt very awkward on the first day. It felt like I had a beak, like a huge pout, but it's very calm now. I'm really loving it, and yeah. Good morning, beautiful people, and this is a very short vlog, so I'm not even going to introduce it as such. But today we're going to go get a piercing. I'm super excited. Right now it is 12 o'clock on Tuesday. I'm just going to go pick up snacks from campus. I didn't go to school this morning because I didn't have school. But yeah, I'm going to go and pick up snacks and Zippy, and we're gonna go get a smiley piercing. Guys, I've wanted this piercing for the longest of times. I'm very nervous about getting it, but you only live once, so I'm gonna do it anyways. And you guys are gonna come with me. Let's go.
I can put you in a log cabin somewhere in Aspen. Girl, ain't nothing to the pain, ain't tricking if you got it what you asking for. Put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin. Like I said, ain't nothing to the pain. We can change that last name. What's happening? Cause you look so good. Tell me why you wanna work here. I put you on the front page of a King magazine, but you gon' get yourself hurt here. Hey, baby, I want you in the back just to have a conversation. Really think you need some ventilation. Let's talk about you.
Place now, Body Architects in Claremont, and we're not allowed to report me actually getting the piercing, unfortunately. It's sad, yes, but we'll talk to you afterwards. Okay, this is it.
What's going on? What's actually going on? You wear shoes, they're not true.
We did the piercing because I feel like I have a beak. I literally feel like I have a beak, but it looks so beautiful. And yeah. Hey guys, a bit of an update. This is the second day with my piercing. As you guys can see, my lip does look a bit strange. It has this little shit on it. I don't know what that is about. But anyways, it's feeling pretty chilled. It's not feeling sore, anything like that. My lips are just getting used to having it in, but otherwise it's Gucci. Basically, I'm just going to give you guys a few tips and tricks when you guys are going to go get your first piercing, because it's really important to, not even your first piercing, just a piercing in general, it's important to do these steps so that you have a really good experience with your piercing, and just so that you're safe and that you can have pretty things but still have a healthy body. Right. So my first tip for you guys is to do your research. In my youth, I'm gonna keep calling it in my youth because I was very dumb and stupid and just doing whatever. As I told you guys, I did get a number of piercings. Like I got my first like unconventional-ish piercing when I was in the summer of grade 7 going into grade 8. I got a helix piercing, which is here. Didn't do any research before that, just kind of went, and I was like, YOLO. I was also very young. Next piercing I got was my belly ring. Again, very spontaneous, didn't do any research, just went and did it. Luck that it was okay. The next piercing that I got was my web piercing, and that one I did a little bit more research, but in terms of me going on the day, I didn't expect to go on that day. I just kind of was like, let me go do it. But I did do my research before, definitely. So yeah, and then with this one, my nose ring and my smiley, I definitely did so much research. It's so important to research before you go and do the piercing, so that you guys know the risks, what could happen after, like how it could get infected, all that, so you guys know. Aftercare, that is like kind of universal to everyone, stuff that everyone uses, just so that if you're gonna go get the piercing, you know what could happen. Like for example, with my smiley, I mean not my smiley, my web piercing, it was very risky to get it done, and I had to weigh up the pros and cons of getting it done before, so that you don't go in there and then something happens and you're like, oh shiz nani, I didn't even know, because you would have known and you would have said, these are the risks that I'm willing to take. So definitely I think you should go ahead and research, know all the pros and cons, have all the information before you go ahead and go to the piercer. Number 2 is that you need to pick a person who, or a piercer who is super reliable. Don't go and professional, don't go to your friend Zbanbani who's gonna pierce you, especially now you're doing a mouth piercing. This person is not a professional, they're kind of just YOLOing it. Don't do that thing. Number 1 thing is to be safe and to be healthy. You guys do not want to get infected piercings. You guys don't want dirty ass jewelry in your mouth. You don't want fake ass jewelry in your mouth. Like, no, no. Body Architects for me was a place that was highly reputable. A lot of my friends had gotten tattoos and piercings there, so I was very comfortable going there. I know Lisa is super qualified to be doing what she's doing, so I was really comfortable with her. Even going there and seeing how much she cleans, guys. She cleans so much. She cleans the surfaces that she puts the piercings on. She cleans the piercings themselves. She cleans the packets that the piercings go into. Like, she's super clean about her work, which is so important. So definitely make sure that you're getting a person who's reputable and that you're comfortable with whoever you're going with. You know everything when it comes to aftercare, when it comes to what's happening. They're able to walk you through these processes and ask questions. If you're gonna go somewhere, be okay to ask questions. Your piercer is always happy. Well, the ones that I've been to were always happy to explain to me every single thing about the piercings, and they would know, like, if they know this is a risky piercing, they even tell you, like, nah dude, if you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it. Even with the smiley, Lisa was telling me that if I didn't have I think it was like a thick enough fin limb, she wasn't gonna pierce me. So you don't want someone who's gonna just pierce you because they want your coins. Like, you want someone who's gonna do the best thing for your body and for your health. So definitely think about that. The next thing that I wanted to tell you guys is to pay close attention to aftercare instructions. So if, for example, for my belly ring, I had to clean it every single day with, I think it was like 2 or 3 times a day with salt water or like antibacterial what, you need to do that. As well as my nose ring. My nose ring is the one that gave me the biggest problems, and I was cleaning that thing like it was no one's business. But like, you need to know how the healing process is going to be and what you need to do in order to speed it up, in order to make sure that your piercing is healing. For example, my nose piercing as well, I heard that a lot of people went through the experience. This is via research, by the way. I learned that a lot of people got keloids, like mini keloids next to their nose ring after they got it pierced. And so then I was kind of expecting it, but also like I didn't get a keloid for a while, so it's like, oh, I'm probably not gonna get this. Then I got a keloid and I had no idea what I was going to do about it. I was asking my piercer and she was like, no, it's totally normal. She gave me a few things to help it, but it literally just wasn't working, and I was so freaking stressed. Went on the internet again and I did end up finding a solution. But the thing is, if I didn't know that it was a normal thing that was supposed to happen, I was gonna freak out and wild. So it's super important to know how your piercing is gonna heal and how to respond to whatever it is that's happening. So for this piercing specifically, all I had to do, obviously I told you guys I need to be washing my mouth out before and after after every single meal. She says if you don't have a meal like in a long span of time, just try doing it once every hour, once every 2 hours. Just keep doing it regularly so that your piercing is clean at all times. Also be very meticulous about cleaning your piercings, because again guys, you need to avoid having infections by all means. Especially because an infection could lead you to having to go to a whole entire like doctor, like very serious stuff. So just make sure it doesn't get there and just do what needs to be done before that, so that you don't have to get to a place where your frippin' ear is falling off, your nose is falling off, your lips are falling off. Like, don't get there. Just do what needs to be done at the beginning, and I promise you will be okay. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy it, and if you guys have any more suggestions for future videos, please go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Ooh.